everyone, myself Dr. Sana Parveen, working as a JRF in CCRH. Today we are here on World Homeopathy Day at Dr. Ambedkar International Center. We have Professor Dr. Lakshmikant Nanda. He is actually working as a chairman, a special committee for clinical research and member scientific advisory board of CCRH. Honored with a Best Teacher Award 2019. Sir, what's your teaching philosophy as you have supervised more than 30 MD students having more than 40 years of teaching experience?
PG students admitted to a homeopathic college have already gone 5.5 years teaching in BHMS career. So the main objective in PG teaching of mine is to train them very practically at bedside, exposing to various patients and showing them how they improve. Number one. Number two, and I make them involved in many research in methodologies, in many research works on different diseases, because I give each patient one disease and to have a good patients on that disease and take a statistics, the role of homeopathy, efficacy of homeopathy in that disease. And number three, I also expose my students to development of new drugs. There are a lot of herbs, minerals, chemicals having inert medicinal power with them. So I engage them to develop a new drug, prove them with the patients and try them in the clinics. So and fourth point is that in overall, after they pass out, they will be teachers of many colleges. So I give them classes in undergraduate classes to expose them to teaching and how to have a good teacher in the class, how to face students. And that is my main motto.
What advice you want to give to the teachers presently working as a professor in various colleges?
Nowadays, what I observed, there are 240 BHMS colleges and 89 PG colleges in India. If you look to back and now, the teaching pattern, the teaching standard is deteriorating day by day. Gradually it is degenerating day by day. As a result, the students passed out from those institutes are not very good doctors. So my advice to the teachers that they should be very sincere, they should learn properly, they should expose themselves to various literatures now available, journals, literatures, new books, a lot of internet clippings, internet data are coming. They should expose themselves, prepare themselves, and they should learn how to teach in modern technology, utilizing utilizing the instruments, technical instruments, the electronic instruments, like using LCD, using the database LCD, etc. So they should update themselves with the modern technology, modern literatures, update their knowledge, and being very much knowing the research methodology, they should expose to PG classes, and knowing fully to the practical aspect, they should go to the UG classes.
Here we have Dr. Tapas Kundu with us. Sir has received a Best Award for Research Paper, Homeopathy 2019 on World Homeopathy Day. So many congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Sir is actually a professor in Motiwala Homeopathic Medical College Hospital, Nasik. Sir has conducted a research study on hemophilia and hemarthrosis. So what challenges you have faced?
So the question is little bit complex for me. First of all, being a non-funded project as yet, and I am running this project past 12 years, and the hemarthrosis paper is my 5th paper on hemophilia alone. And hemophilia with hemarthrosis is one of the major complications that the patient faces. So in a totally private setup, a totally OPD setup, and the patients who are all with dreaded emergency, handling those patients is definitely the difficult and the major challenges over there. But getting the patients are rather easier, because see, the patients has no options, no resources, no proper treatment. So quite naturally the patients, as they come to know that we are treating hemophilia, patient approaches. But the most difficult is what? That the consistent with the result and to remain the patients with you, to keep the patients with you, the probably the biggest challenge. However, in these 12 years, we have conducted nearly 6 multi-centers with 414 camps and several thousands emergencies, almost all are emergencies, and several thousands again bleeding management that we have arranged already done with specifically with hemarthrosis.
Okay.
So the challenges is see that they keep the patient with you for longer durations. That is the biggest challenge. So here the only thing what mostly the tremendous sincerity of all our people, of the people who are attending them, and minute to minute we are in contact with them through multimedia like WhatsApp, telephonic, mails, and we are managing them. There are many examples that we can cite for.
So can we know what were the medicines commonly indicated in such conditions?
If you just want to know that exactly what are the medicines which are common, probably the Homoeopathy has done the best. Now, as in homeopathy, you know that the medicines, how they works with the context of the patient. Here, which is most important, that in which context the patient has come to you, and depending upon that particular context, that medicine is relevant. Here there is no like that of a, this is the first grade medicine, this is the second grade medicine. This is all together with the context of the patient. I can tell you one simple short example, like that of a patient of hemophilia suddenly got an attack of enteric fever, and after a few days the patient has came. The symptomatology was indicating a drug known as hyoscyamus, whereas hyoscyamus usually never been thought of particularly in hemophilia in any way. I thought there will be some hemostatic drug. Hyoscyamus in no way as an hemostatic drug. But considering the patient presentations along with the mental picture, it appears that the patient is anticipating a perforation. At the same time, patient has got a tremendous fear on consuming allopathic medicines. So that way hyoscyamus was indicated, and that has done the brilliant and a magic result. So my intention is that if I tell you the only these are the drugs, you can go for a trial. What is exactly the allopathy happens with the allopathic people, and almost majority of the that RCTs, they are conducted like this. That is totally a wrong policy. Rather go to the context of the patient, select the drug, don't be biased about the name of the drugs, and accordingly if you select the medicines, probably you will get a major breakthrough. And that happened in many ways. Even a lycopodium is indicated to a good many numbers of patients, and I have never read in any books that the lycopodium having a thrombostatic effect.
It's basically the individualization, we can say.
101%.
Okay.
101% individualization you need to require. That is the beauty with the homeopathy, and that the beauty of the homeopathy remains with its principles. And if you go beyond principles, you are not going to do anything.
Okay. Here with us, Miss Munmun Sinha. She is working as an RA in CCRH, and she has received an award on World Homeopathy Day as a Best Research Paper Award for Japanese encephalitis virus and dengue virus. More about how you conduct studies, these lab studies actually.
Yes, and in CCRH means biology, only one biology lab we are having in all the homeopathy institutes, that is in DSRI Kolkata. And really we are very lucky to have a position there, so that we are working so hard that means CCRM, we have got the platform where they have given us where at least means I'm getting that much award. So I'm really very happy and I'm very much honored. There we are working in vitro study, that means totally lab based study, and that means as in compared to the clinical practices where only medicine has been given to patients. So after when we compare it with the basic science studies, there only one question arises, that how homeopathy works, or is it just the placebo, or what are the difficulties they have. So that's why our CCRH has given us the opportunity to prove that how it works, or means in experimental basis whether it is producing the same results that is getting that what we are getting in patients. So for that study, in vitro studies are going on in our lab, that is in our biology lab in DSRI Kolkata. So there at present 2 research projects are going on, one on dengue and there is on Japanese encephalitis. So these are tropical diseases, and yes, these are seasonal. So in case of Japanese encephalitis virus, the main projects are going on right now on choriolentic membrane of implanted chicken eggs, and in dengue it is going on in cell line. So at present we are working it with the consultancy of our senior technical scientific experts of CCRH, that they have selected some medicines in which the dengue as well as Japanese encephalitis has been worked very well, and from that we are working at how these medicines are acting on the virus pathogenesis. So these type of studies are going on in our lab.
These are only the 2 studies that we are conducting, that on JE and dengue virus. Actually.
yeah.
And it has been said that belladonna 200 inhibits the viral load. And it has been said that it reduces the pathological sequel of the disease. Can you please comment on that?
Belladonna 200C, as it has been well known in various studies, especially in the American Journal of Infectious Disease also, it has been said that Belladonna 200C has given good results in ameliorating the Japanese encephalitis virus infection. While in our lab, we are working in choriolentic membrane of chicken eggs and how this belladonna 200C is reducing the pock lesions that has been formed during the Japanese encephalitis virus infection. So not only on the basis of the pock lesions but also immunosignaling pathway, we are proving in the molecular biology way that how this belladonna is acting on that. So currently in this paper we have gone for the toll-like receptor studies also. Toll-like receptors, the cytokine gene expressions, that how belladonna is acting in which signaling pathway it is acting. So in this way we have found that this belladonna 200C is acting on the toll-like receptors, which are the primary innate immune response receptors which activate the other signaling molecules to make our immune system act on the viral invaders. So in this way we have seen that belladonna has strong effect in altering the innate immune response, so that it's controlling the viral invasion. So it's really very good work, and various other works are also going on, so it will be very good to publish more journals in this.